Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. The scheme that we are covering today, it is submission on agriculture mechanization, and the component that we will discuss, it is drone technology. What does it mean? It means that the scheme in itself, it is submission on agriculture mechanization, but it has different components because it will cater different machines in agriculture. And the component that we are discussing, it is drone technology, because this has been recently in news. It was comprehensively covered in PIB, and see, anything that has been comprehensively covered in PIB, it becomes important from the examination point of view. But before starting the session, to our new audience, we have come up with one-stop solution guide to all your queries. So any question that you must be having regarding the organization that you want to prepare for, regarding your responsibility for the organization once you join it at a certain designation, and what is the pattern of examination, what are the previous year trends, are you qualified or not, are you eligible or not, everything has been covered in this with all the detail, with all things in a detailed manner. And if you want to download these guidebooks, they are free of cost. The link of them, it is present in the description box below. Now let's come up to the come to the session, and first we'll understand what is submission on agriculture mechanization. See what happens. What is the role of a machine? That is to ease our work, right? So what they do the same work that a normal person can do at lesser time and also with more precision, and that is why machines, they can be boon to our modern society, right? And if we talk specifically in agriculture, see, there are various operations that takes place, and these machines that are used at different stages, that can help the farmer to increase the productivity. So what is the basic aim if we talk about the use of machines in agriculture? So that is productivity. Now the productivity can be defined in various ways, right? It can be defined in saving the time, it can be defined at reducing the wastage, because they would, as we discussed before, that they use precision to perform any task, right? So the productivity increases, and hence, because everything has been properly done, the outcome will expected to be better than if we don't follow the machine principle of this precisionness, right? So this is what the aim of the government was. But if we talk about the use of machines in India, if we have compared us to the western agriculture, we will realize that the role of machine is still not that much in India. Why? What is the reason? Because these machines, they are quite costly, they are very expensive, and as around 80% of the farmers, they belong to small and marginal farmer category, they are not able to afford these expensive these machines, right? So that is why the government, they came up with this particular mission, that was submission on agriculture mechanization, where they provide with, first of all, custom hiring center. So what they have done, the government, they understood that the farmers, they are not able to afford it, so why not to just let them just hire these machines for doing their the agriculture operations, and then they can return it. That is more effective, cost effective for them, rather than buying machines by taking loans, which they might not even get, because these machines are 10 lakh or above in nature usually, the range of it is, right? So for them, they established custom hiring center, and along with that, they also provided, if any farmer dare to buy these machines, or any group of farmers, whatever FPOs they want to do that, so government also provided with financial subsidy to them, so that they can take the risk of buying the machines. We'll talk about drone components. So what does it mean? That the drone now has been also added to this SMAM mission. So here, in first picture, you are looking at a farmer who is carrying a knapsack sprayer. This is a knapsack sprayer, and it is somewhere around, its weight is it weighs 10 to 15 kg. So a farmer, imagine this to be a 1 acre of land, is just walking around 1 acre of land with 10 to 15 kg, spraying insecticides, pesticide, or chemical fertilizers into the field. He can't reach, you can look in the picture, it is so dense, he cannot reach in this, for example, in this area, but he somehow, he will manage, he'll move inside anyhow. He is in contact with the chemicals, constant contact of chemicals is also there, he is also inhaling these chemicals. So you can look at that, how the situation of the farmer is, and of course the work that will be done by him, that will not be 100% precise, because it is manual in nature. But now imagine, in the second picture, as you can see, drones are being used. So here a drone has been used for spraying these chemicals, right? So first of all, you can see the drone can move anywhere, and if we talk about the timing that is required, see, a drone can cover 1 acre of land in 15 minutes. right? So you can look at that it is highly productive at it is reducing the time, that is the work of a machine. It is more precise, okay, and it is also in this way the farmers are also not in direct contact with the chemicals, and hence so it is good for their health also. So with this initiative, the drone technology has been added to it. And of course, why this has been included under this, because these drones are not economic in nature. They ranges from 10 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 15 lakh. The range is like such, depending on how much quantity of liquid they can actually carry along with themselves. Okay, so for that also, so government, they now have provided financial assistance as subsidies, so that they can either the farmers, they can hire or they can buy, so that these drones can also be incorporated in our Indian agriculture, right? So in this lecture we are going to understand, the main component is to understand the financial outlay. We'll understand and we will learn in this session only. But there are a small component that you need to remember. The launch year of this drone technology component under the submission on agriculture mechanization is 2021. The scheme was launched in 2014-15, but this component was introduced in 2021. And the ministry that will be responsible for implementation of the whatever guidelines that are there, and also to take care over have an overview, that will be Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, because we are talking about agriculture mechanization is here, right? So the objective of scheme we have already understood. It is high field capacity and efficiency. Efficiency is more, time is reduced, more precision is there, right? So that is why it is of high field capacity. Second is less turnaround time and other field operational delays, because see, for example, there were a group of farmers, there were 3 farmers, they thought that or 4 farmers, they thought that they can cover they can do a particular operation into the field in 3 days, but when they started doing so, it took them 4 days, 5 days. So because of this, the next step is delayed, right? But here, because of this, because of more precision and less time that is required, so the field operation delays will be no more. Okay. Next is wastage reduction of pesticide and fertilizer due to high degree of atomization. This atomization, these terms, these are kind of technical machinery terms. So you just have to understand the nozzles that are required, and from that sprays will be spraying of these chemicals will be done, right? But because here we are talking about precision, we are using AI technology in drones. So in that, what will happen? There will be least waste reduction of these pesticide, fertilizer, and it will also water saving due to ultra low volume spraying technology. So this is also technology that is used in our agriculture machines. Okay, so here ultra low volume spraying technology will be used, and because of this, water saving will be more. We need not to go deep down in the technicality of this, because this will not be asked in examination. But yes, from the examination point of view, you can understand in this way, because we are using machines, so there will be less wastage of water, of pesticides, fertilizers. Okay, this is what you need to remember from examination point of view, in comparison to the traditional spraying methods, where we use a lot of water to mix these fertilizers and then spray in the field. Next is reduction in cost of spraying and fertilizer application, for the same reason. First of all, because there is less wastage, so there will be less reduction in cost, and also the labors that are hired for the purpose, that money is also saved. And last is reduction in human exposure to hazardous chemical, and that is a quite important one. Here the farmer now is not in direct contact with the fertilizers or the chemicals that can cause him cancer, right? So that is why it is a very important part of a discussion of the objectives of drone technology. Now talking about the financial outlay, so see, there are two things: either you can buy or you can hire, right? There are two components. We'll understand for all of them. First of all, we talk about the purchase of drones. We are saying buying of drones by government institute and organization. Government institute constitutes of ICAR, okay, your Indian Council of Agriculture Research. This is the apex body of agriculture in India, and there are a lot of universities also that comes under that. Okay, apart from that, we have KVK, Krishi Vigyan Kendra. KVK connects the lab to land. So whatever scientists that are doing in the field of agriculture, KVK learn that, and then they impart it to the farmers, so that they can actually imply into the field. Apart from that, I am talking about State Agriculture University. We have GV Pant, we have so many PAU. So there are a lot of state agriculture universities, so all they come under government institute. And what are organization? It can be your, for example, the State Department of Agriculture, right? So these are your government organizations. So they have to purchase, because see, you can say kind of research happens there, right? The scientists are present in there, so they are the ones who will further impart them to the students, to the farmers that they are associated with, right? So for them they have to purchase, and for that the government is providing 100% of the cost of agriculture drones, but up to maximum of 10 lakh per drone. What does it mean? It means that if the cost of the drone it is 10 up to 10 lakh, then every cost is will whatever be the cost, it will be bear by the central government. But if it is more than that, then the additional cost will be bear by the particular government institute or organization. What does it mean? If I buy if for example GB Pant University, okay, if it buys a particular drone at 6 lakh per drone, then 100% will be given by central government, so 6 lakh will be given by the government only. But if I buy a particular drone of 11 lakh, so 10 lakh will be given by central government, and 1 lakh the university in itself it would have to pay. Okay, so this is for the purchase of the drones. Second is to FPOs for its demonstration on the farmers field. Okay, what are FPO? These are the farmer producing organization. This organization constitute of farmer only. It's like a community of them. They have proper registration. The members, they collect amount, they collect some money, and similar amount is being given by the central government, and this fund is utilized further by these farmers only. This is the basic idea of FPOs, if you do not have. And see, these constitute of farmers only, right? So who is the ultimate beneficiary or the target audience under SMAM drone technology? The farmers only, right? So to make them understand the utilization or the importance of drone, first they need to have a particular demonstration, right? So for FPO, what they can do for demonstration purpose on the farm field, the government is coming up with the 75% of the cost of the agriculture drone. What does it mean? That whatever be the cost of the drone, the FPO, they also have their money, the community money, the organization money that they have. Okay, they will utilize that money to buy a particular drone, because that first of all because the government, what it is trying to do, they are first trying to make the farmers know that there is some drone technology, because you can't expect the farmers, the small and marginal farmers in India, to know much about these technologies. So they first need to be introduced. So for that the government is saying that if a particular FPO goes and goes to buy a drone, 75% of the cost we will bear. And you have to keep mind in one thing, that here is no particular there's no particular maximum limit that has been assigned by the government. Okay, next is a contingency expenditure provided by implementing agency, provided to implementing agencies and not by. So implementing agencies, that can be can be designated to anyone by the state departments, can be panchayat to the Panchayati Raj also, or any other. So for that, for hiring of such drones, it is 6,000 per hectare, but for purchasing it is 3,000 per hectare. Okay, to the implementing agency, what is the contingency expenditure will be. Now we'll talk about the individuals. Okay, we'll talk about, first of all we have talked about the government institute and organization. Now let's come to the direct audience. So here we'll talk about two cases. One will be of rental basis, that is of hiring, and one will be of buying basis. We'll understand both one by one. So to farmers on rental basis, if we have to provide these in on the rental basis, and from now where they can get from custom hiring centers. So these custom hiring centers, they were established under SMAM by the government, because not every farmer can afford these particular machines, right? So that is why custom hiring centers were established, so that farmer can go there, they can hire them for some time, these machines, and then they can pay it back, they can give it back. Okay, so the farmers, they can go, they can rent them by custom hiring centers under cooperative society of farmers, FPOs, or rural entrepreneurs, whatever they are. And for that will be the amount, the benefits that will be given, that will be at the rate 40% up to maximum of 4 lakh will be given on the rental basis. Okay, next we have to agriculture graduate establishing custom hiring center, because see, these custom hiring centers, they are also not all established by government. Okay, so these are the custom hiring centers, because this, it's kind of business or entrepreneurship, you can assume it to be. And now these are also not that much you can say economically well, that they can buy all the drones, right? They also need some support from government, because we have understood these drones cost 5 lakh to 10 lakh to 15 lakh, or even more than that. So for them also, government, they are providing with subsidy. They are saying that okay, 50% of the cost of a drone up to maximum of 5 lakh per drone will be bear by central government. Okay. Next is for individual purchase, because here we have looked at the rental purpose. Now we will understand about the individual purchase. So here we have two category. One belongs to the special categories. Special categories consist of your small and marginal farmers. They constitute of your SC/ST tribe. They constitute of your women and northeastern state farmers. For them it is at the rate 50% of the cost up to maximum of 5 lakh. Okay. And then for others it is 40% up to maximum of 4 lakh. Now it is too much data. Now let's understand them in a better way so that you can remember abhi only. Okay. For farmers, for individual farmers, we have looked at two category. One is on rental basis, one it is on others, means normal farm, normally the categorization, normal farmers that are there, and then there's a special category, right? So for others and rental basis, as you can look, the data is same. That is 40% will be bear by the government, okay, of a particular drone, and that is also up to 4 lakh rupees. Okay. So you can imagine a farmer, okay, even if we go for rental basis, even if he buys, he gets the subsidy of 40%, financial assistance of 40% up to a maximum of 4 lakh rupees. Okay. Is it clear? Now if you look at this one, this 50% for the special categories that you are looking at, and for this custom hiring graduates. Okay. Here what we are looking at, because here you can see specifically you should be graduate. Okay, if you are a graduate only, agriculture graduate only, not normal graduate, agriculture graduate only, then you will get this discount, right? So this is also special category. This is also special preference. So for the special preference, what we have understood, that 50% of the cost of drone will be bear by the government up to 5 lakh. Okay, so here you can see only you have to remember 4 things you can remember only from 2 data. If you are a normal farmer, even if you go for rental basis or if you go for individual purchase also, you will get 40%, and that is also maximum up to 4 lakh. If you belong to a special category, now special category means if you establish in custom hiring center and you are agriculture graduate, or you belong to you are any individual farmer and you belong to SC/ST category, you are tribe category, you are a women or northeastern state farmer you are, or a small or marginal farmer you are, then you will get what? You will 50% of the cost it will be bear by the central government, maximum up to 5 lakh. Okay, so there's a data that we have understood that if you are a agriculture university or organization, 100% up to 10 lakh is bear by central government. If you are an FPO, if you want for demonstration, 75% of the cost will be bear 75%, yes, of the cost will be bear by the central government. For all the for the implementing agencies, there is a contingency expenditure, that is 6,000 per hectare in case of hiring and 3,000 per hectare in case of buying. Okay, and then we have understood this data. I hope everything is clear, and this is the news. The recent news was of 16 December 2022, use of drones in agriculture sector. Here we understood that the Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare has released the standard operating procedures which will provide concise construction for effective and safe operation of drones, and whatever be the data that was in this and below this we have covered. Okay. So this is homework for you all about you have to tell which is the incorrect statement regarding this particular scheme that we have done today. Okay, and these are the topics of the last session in which we have understood that the priority household, they can have 5 kg per person, while in case of Antyodaya Ann Yojana it is 35 per kg per family. So Mitra said the right answer, Saloni said the right answer, and also now for this year this cost has been now reduced to 0. Okay, for this year only. And then we have Saurav saying the right answer, and here he has asked me how to cover schemes tax. See, even if you open schemes tab, there are 2-3 pages in which we have explained that how first section is most important, then move to second section, and then move to third section. See, constant revision is the only trick that you should follow, and apart from that, the quiz, MCQ quiz are after every schemes that are present, right? Do attempt them. That will help to understand how much knowledge do you have. Okay. Sumaya saying the right answer, and yes, whereas in case she's saying right for AAY, there is irrespective of persons, while in PHS it is per person. Siva is somewhat half said the right answer, half he said the wrong. She said the wrong answer, because see here it is not person, it is the family. For Antyodaya Ann Yojana it is per family, 35 kg not per person but family. Then we have Pooja saying the right answer, Rahul saying the right answer, Rishabh saying the right answer, Rishabh Singh also saying the right answer, Abhishek saying the right answer, Gagan also said the right answer. And there's also one suggestion, good suggestion by Gagan. He says to have a marathon class for all the schemes and trick to remember. But I am thinking that what we can do after end of every month, we can go for a revision session in which we have a revision of all the schemes that we did in that month. But that is only if you all are agreeing to it. So if you agree to it, you can write it in the comment section, because there's no use of conducting a session when there are no participants in it. So if it is the case, you can write it down if you all are agreeing to this, that we have a revision session after every month. So that is all in this particular video. If you have any doubt, any query, you can always write to us. You can comment down which scheme you want me to cover if there is any particular. So that is all. If you we'll meet again in another session. Until then, all the very best for examination, and thank you.